You are now entering the spoiler zone. The following podcast contains explicit plot details and pockets of profanity. You have been warned. The Exton Moss Experiment. Adventures in Wine and Space with Simon Exton and Ken Moss. Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to another edition of the Exton Moss Experiment. I'm Ken Moss.
I'm Simon Exton.
And it's another Behind the Sofa episode. This time, we've got Joe Ford. Hello, Joe.
Hello?
Now,
what you don't know is he just told a very rude joke, so I'm still recovering from that.
Were you shocked?
Not at all, no.
Hamster with a blunt penknife to do it quicker.
just tell us a little bit about how did you get into podcasting?
It was during the pandemic. So Hamster's been going for about 3 years now. And it was my way of just reaching out and being around other people at a point where we couldn't be around other people. And my sort of method of doing that was to watch a shit ton of Doctor Who to do it.
And did you, I mean, like a lot of people started out, did you have any technical know-how? Did you learn on the job?
Oh, bless you for even asking me that question, Ken. No, not at all. In fact, my first 150 episodes are so poorly recorded. I had a mic, so I was okay. But I was recording not via Zoom, I can't even remember, just via the computer. So essentially my guests sounded like they were either in a very small toilet or at the end of a very long tunnel. So how I managed to gather an audience with such technical ineptitude baffles me. So I'm assuming the content must have been all right because the quality was terrible.
Never mind the quality, feel the width, which can be applied to other things. That's the title of the series.
I mean, the best thing about this podcast, and that's yours I'm talking about now, is both the content and the quality are top dollar. So you're winning, folks.
Oh, you're very sweet. I mean, I do all the editing and post-production. I'm hypercritical of it to the point where I've gone back to our earlier stuff and I'm now recutting it in horror that I ever put it out in the state that it was out. So I'm a bit like George Lucas in that respect. I just keep revisiting old material to standardise it. And it's not...
Does it make it better? Or like George Lucas, does it just make it worse?
No, it does make them better. They do sound an awful lot better than they did because the processing and that I used to use and the editing and some of the intros and some of them were a bit flabby and they were in the wrong order. And it's easy enough to sort out, but it just tightens everything up. So, yeah.
I say, Ken, we recorded Robot together, you and I.
Oh, yes.
And you obviously said, please, can I edit this together? And anyway, I put it out and I got people contacting me going, is this Hamster? What is this?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Excellent episode.
I know,
with the soundtrack underneath and the beautiful, do you remember you did the Robot trailer at the beginning?
Oh, yes.
And it was the best episode I've ever put out.
And I did it with Web Planet when you did it with Simon. But that's just my anal retentive. Everything's got to sound marvellous and perfect. And I just can't let it go. So I must apologise. I've taken your recording show and I am sorry. I've hijacked Hamster and turned it into a mini Exton Moss. So it's
wonderful.
All the soundtrack.
It's all exposure, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Fabulous marketing.
You've obviously done Hamster, which is the commentary podcast. Was it that big a leap? Because you got the Star Trek podcast, which came after Hamster.
Yeah, long time after. So I met Nathan Bottomley, who is a superb podcaster from Flight for Entirety. And we effectively had an emotional affair. I call him my podcasting husband. And we just were like, we need an excuse to spend time together every week where our other halves aren't suspicious. So we started a podcast together. And that's just been a joy to cover every iteration of Star Trek from TOS to Kurtzman Trek with all of that 90s in the middle. And what we do, Nathan created a randomizer. So we randomize episodes. And so you could be watching, William Shatner 1 minute, Patrick Stewart the next, Avery Brooks, Scott Bakula, and whoever's in it these days. I don't really like Star Trek these days, but he loves it. So yeah, that's been really interesting, especially in terms of production. watching the production values of Star Trek throughout the years. Weirdly enough, the 90s, I think we've decided is the weakest in terms of production value, because the 60s were doing some interesting things. But yeah, that's been a really nice surprise doing the Star Trek one.
What do you think about the redone CGI for the 60s episodes?
I don't object to it, because I think it is creating a version of those episodes that the young of today could watch and enjoy. So I don't object to it. And there is always the other version on the DVD. So I don't mind so much. I know people that consider it absolute heresy.
We've gone on about how lucky we are that Doctor Who's been tighted up like it has. But the Star Treks, they've really gone to town on that. I mean, the original series, they've found all the film prints, recut the film prints. They've done the CGI, and it's pretty good CGI. But they've even re-recorded the opening theme exactly, and they found William Shatner's narration, the raw master of that, and overlaid that. The Star Trek remastering is exceptional, particularly, well, the next gen stuff, because that was all shot on film but edited on video, which is why it all looks smudgy. Now it's all back on film.
Absolutely,
and it looks
pristine.
Glorious.
Well, the TOS ones sold really well, because I think there was novelty value about them being like this 60s show, you know, packaged in such a beautiful way. They did the TNG ones, but they had to redo all the special effects.
But they didn't do them consistently, did they? They had two firms doing them, alternate series, so that they could release them in time.
But it was expensive, and they didn't make their money back, which is why they didn't bother with DS9, which is my personal favourite of all the Treks, and they didn't bother with Voyager. So it's a shame. I wish they had.
You've also, I mean, you've got Hamster Book Club as well. That's obviously a logical spin-off of sort of the commentary podcast, but where did the genesis of that come from?
I didn't think anybody would listen to that. And those Hamster Book Clubs are proving to be my most popular episodes. So what the hell do I know? I love the books. Like in the 90s, the books were my Doctor Who, you know, the 8th Doctor books, the past Doctor books. I absolutely adored them. I was obsessed. I wrote reviews from them at the time. I know them inside and out, so I knew I could talk about them. So I just put out a general message on Twitter and said, does anybody want to talk about Doctor Who books? And then a flurry of people came at me saying, yes, please. And then I started just randomly, in the order people were contacting me, putting together groups of 4, me and 3 others. And I had no idea if the chemistry would work in those groups. Amazingly, they have each time. And it's very different each time because, you know, everybody's unique. And you throw in a Doctor Who book, it's like Sex and Violence that we've been talking about today, you know, the opinions fly. And then we kind of leave you to make up your own decision at the end. But they've gone down really, really well for something that, you know, a Doctor Who commentary podcast is niche. A Doctor Who book club podcast is even more niche. And yeah, they've found an audience, which has delighted me.
As we've said many times on Extremos Experiment, we love our niche.
We do.
You do, yeah.
We do.
You bloody do. The corridor people.
Don't stop revving him up. Look, he's salivating on the other side.
I'm trying to persuade Ken to do an episode-by-episode commentary on the corridor people.
Oh, God, there's not enough gin on the planet.
I was going to suggest something, actually. I may as well do it now. I might, because another sort of offshoot of Hamster is Hamster Extra, which I started about a year ago. And I wanted to find a way of doing like a subscription service for Hamster without charging anybody for the content I already put out. So I figured the easiest way to do that would be to create a whole new podcast to bolt on top of it, but that is just for members. So the idea of it is that a contributor to Hamster comes on, chooses a show that isn't Doctor Who. We do an overview episode, and then we do 5 commentaries on any episodes they want to cover. And boy, have I done some interesting things. Press Gang, I've done Battlestar Galactica, I've done, oh God, my mind's gone blank now. I've done loads. Red Dwarf.
The Red Dwarf was particularly good.
Yeah, it's been a really, because it's stuff I never would have watched. I'm doing the Sandbaggers at the moment. I'm about to do the Prisoner.
I love the Sandbaggers.
All these shows, again, I'm just about to start doing the show that Hello ripped off, Secret Army. I'm about to cover that soon. And so it's all these, and what's great about it is you have people come on and they've got massive passions for these shows. So they just get a chance to get all that out. Jim Henson's The Storyteller I covered, which was brilliant. I was wondering, Simon, if you do the corridor people.
Well, that was the plan when I started up as a contributor.
Well, there we go. That's an oral contract now. Thank you very much.
Well, the only problem is that there's only 4 episodes. So we'll have to find
another show on top of that to talk about.
I know exactly what I would recommend. An anthology series called Out of the Unknown that we could do an episode of. And
I've never touched it, but I keep hearing about it.
And it wouldn't stop anybody else doing Out of the Unknown because they're one-off science fiction plays. And there's one in particular that was very predictive of social media. It's an absolutely brilliant thing based on a E.M. Forster short story from about 1910 called The Machine Stops. I would love...
Oh, someone was talking about that on a commentary I was doing the other day.
It's beyond brilliant. It is absolutely wonderful.
It was relevant to a Doctor Who story. Well, we'll definitely cover it. But, the thing I've learned doing all of this podcasting, whether it's Star Trek or the Buffy one that I've started up recently, Doctor Who, the Hamster Extra programs, is a lot of people have been sitting on their opinions of this stuff and no one's talked about it for a long, long time. And the joy of podcasting is people finally have a chance to just let it all out, And the greater joy is, one, it educates some people, another, it entertains some people. I mean, I've even had lots of people come to me, because I've got 700 hamsters out now, so there's a lot of content, saying, I'm really depressed and I'm having a really bad time, and listening to you laughing about Doctor Who and how absurd it is, it really makes my day. So it's helping people in those ways as well. I feel like, I know you guys must have experienced this as well, the whole sort of podcasting experience, the people that you meet, you guys are incredible. I never would have met you under any other circumstances. The whole experience is just kind of life-changing in a way.
It entirely is. I mean, Simon's tried to organise podcons, where sort of podcasters, we all get together once a year.
I didn't get an invite.
You did, actually. You did.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
You and Si both did, but it was in Manchester.
And it's a million miles from where you are.
Jesus,
but the thing that we've realised
is... We understand you're not going to... You'd need your shots and everything.
Can't it be in Brighton next time? Oh, no, we was talking about Brighton, weren't we, at one point?
I've never been to Brighton, so I'm not averse to the idea. But coming back to what you've just said there, it does change your life. I mean, from my point of view, the post-production, I adore it. If I don't edit or do any cutting for a couple of days, as my partner will tell you, I do start climbing the walls. I get really antsy if I don't do something creative. So the actual production side, some take longer than others. Or, some I can chuck out in a couple of days. Others, it could be a couple of weeks. Some of them, we did one on It's a Sin. The raw record for that was well over 3 hours. With 4 of us. The more people you put into the mix. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a glorious record, but I was just watching I was about to say rel counter there, but the counter whirring round as I was recording it, thinking, this is going to be a fucking nightmare to edit. Because for every minute it gets exponentially longer for whatever raw runtime it is. I don't know how you edit yours or how much editing you do, but I am very anal about my edits. So I know that the raw record time, whatever that is, I can comfortably times it by 15. That will be how long I spend on that episode.
Can you hear that noise? That's the sound of everybody that listens to my podcast that's currently listening to yours, laughing their heads off at you asking me, do I edit my podcast?
Are yours a little?
Thinking I do.
Are yours a little bareback? Are they raw?
They are completely. Why do you think they're fucking commentaries? All I've got to do is chop off the beginning and the end, and then I can put it out. How the hell do you think I managed to get 700 episodes out? That's the one trouble with me is I am a bit addicted to the recording. I love doing it. And because Hamster is reasonably popular now, like it's got a good listenership, a lot of people want to do it. So there's a lot of people queuing up. So like, I'll barely spend any time with my other half. There'll be a divorce by the end of the week if I don't spend some time with him. But I love doing it, It's a real buzz, sharing passions.
On the subject of which, because we consciously go more for archive television rather than Doctor Who, even though we met as Doctor Who fans, I've always been a mix of archive TV and Doctor Who. Ken's much more Doctor Who.
Well, I used to be. I'm not anymore.
Yeah, but we consciously go for less known stuff, slightly more obscure, slightly older sci-fi drama, that kind of thing.
That's what's great about yours, though. I've sought out loads of things that are Children of the Stones on your recommendation.
Amazing.
Absolutely fucking chilling it was, that music.
So I was going to ask what your experience of that kind of archive TV is and how much stuff you've seen.
Oh, Christ. I mean, I think my partner has got more archive TV. I'm looking at the shelves now, and he dips more into archive TV than I do. Really, it's when people recommend things, I don't really seek things out. So that hamster extra thing's been ideal for me to just discover show after show after show. Not a lot, if I'm honest, but that's why I love listening to your podcast, because you expose me to a lot. And then something chinks so halfway through an episode, and I'm like, yep, I'm going to watch this. Like, I knew one day I was always going to watch The Corridor People. That episode that you put out.
I'll just wait for the day when Mark sends us a message saying that you're currently on a drip and you're not going to make it because you've watched The Corridor People and it was just too much to handle.
But when you say archive, how far back are you going? Like, what's the archive?
In a couple of weeks, we're recording on something that was made in 1901.
What?
Oh, yes.
What, a movie?
Yep.
It's like a short movie, a silent movie, and it's fucking freaky.
Oh, not that movie that was doing the rounds this week, the first horror movie ever
No.
made. Is it that? Oh, okay.
I don't think so. It's a thing called The Seven Castles of the Devil.
No, it wasn't that, no. Wow, 1901. Yeah, okay, that is pretty archive.
Our current record was actually 1938. We did a Flash Gordon film, a Flash Gordon series. That was terrible.
Wonderful.
It was wonderfully terrible. But we've
So
started
entertaining.
actively now dipping into the 1950s because some of the stuff, it is glorious.
Absolutely
What
glorious.
survives is either marvellous or dog shit. There's no in between.
And much more marvellous than dog shit. There's one truly dreadful thing that we found that we've done an episode on called Shadow Squad. But we did Night Errant. Oh, that was so much fun.
That was fun.
I always feel, Simon, you're a bit kinder to some of this archive stuff than Ken. Ken's a bit more savage.
It depends what it is. If it's a Man for Emily,
You need both angles, though. I think you need both angles. Yeah, in fact, I need to take you to task, the pair of you, for that. You're entirely responsible for me watching A Man for Emily. Thank you very much.
God. We watched that.
Hey, Sluggerbug.
He struck that on me in the middle of the night. You know, we'll watch this. It'll be a good thing to watch before bed. And I'm glad I was wankered before that.
We'll do it as a commentary. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun, he said.
And then I made him watch it.
I mean,
as
it was
Last
a
Secret.
fun listen.
God.
I do think that's why Extra Moss is a vital resource, though. I mean, I love your Doctor Who stuff. And, you know, if something Doctor Who comes out, I'll listen to it straight away. But I think my go-to is the archive stuff. And I think that's just because you're exposing a ton of stuff that, you know, TV goes back on the shelf, doesn't it? The shelf of history. And then we forget all about it. But you guys actually shine a bit of a light on this stuff. It's good work you're doing.
And
Thank you very much.
We've got things coming up like the first year of Coronation Street, and it's amazing stuff to watch.
Yeah.
First episode of Coronation Street, and it's incredible. The viaduct crash.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that.
60s Coronation Street is far more entertaining than the colour
I'm not a
stuff.
big
Is it
soap
as good
fan.
as that tram crash that Graham Harper directed? Do you remember that? When
What,
the
for the
tram came off the rails and smashed into Rita's sweet shop.
Do you know, I was
Yeah, but that-
genuinely impressed by that as a piece of TV.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
brilliant.
as well.
But it was done as a recognition of one of the really big storylines in the first year of Coronation Street, which was a train crash. And
Right.
it's Ina Sharples is one of the ones who's
She was
missing it.
pulled out of it, yeah, but they thought that she'd been killed in
But
it.
she was missing for a couple of episodes or something, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah.
It's brilliantly done. Really well worth a watch.
There's one thing I have learned in recent years, and that is because you just talked about a soap there, just how important soap operas are to
Massively.
the television landscape, you know, in
And
terms
to
of telling
society.
long-term character stories, you know, the structure of dramas, they determine all of that. People just rip soap operas, don't they? But they are just vital, I think.
And really important for changes in society. So when gay characters started appearing in soap opera,
Yeah.
it became more socially acceptable to be gay. Suicide awareness of mental health and some kinds of physical disabilities. A lot of that has been driven by soap operas. What
And, you know, inspiring people like Rusty Davies, you know, sort of the behemoths of television now. That's his fuel.
have you ever seen his soap opera?
What's that?
Was that Revelations?
Revelations.
Oh my God.
No,
Oh, it's fantastic. No, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Look at you two. You can't agree on nothing.
Oh, it was 1993 Revelations. It was about the same time as El Dorado. Oh, El Dorado is magnificent.
So much fun.
El Dorado is so good. 3 of us were sat down watching it at my house a couple of years ago, and it's so bad. We actually thought about doing an episode by episode commentary rewatch on it. It's that
not as bad as Triangle.
Well, we've got an episode coming up on Triangle.
Oh, you don't? Oh,
Yeah,
I can't wait.
it's a collaboration with
Entice me.
the Antique Dust Boys.
Oh.
So actually, it will
But
have been
listen
released
to
by
us
now.
now. Listen to us. We're so excited talking about this crappy TV from the past.
Triangle
We've
is
got a
dreadful.
facility now where we can do it, come together, talk about it, put it out, and entertain people. It's wonderful.
And that basically is podcasting all over. But, I mean, the main one that I'm interested in, I've got to say, I hoover up your episodes of Finish Big.
Oh, you don't listen to that old tat, do you?
I am hooked. As soon as it comes out, I do. Whether I'm familiar with the source material or not, I do hoover up Finish Big. Tell me the backstory to that, because there isn't another podcast that does it. And I'm amazed.
I mean, there are a couple, but they're not very good. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
It's only stuff that we've said.
Do you know what, though? The thing I said to Mark when we first started doing, Mark's my behalf, and we do it here. So it's the easiest podcast to record because we don't have to schedule. We live together. We can just say, right, Saturday, we're going to sit down and we're going to record this thing. But the thing I said right at the start is we've got to be honest. I do not want to be like, I know there's a load of websites online that spout out positive critical reviews of big finishes and they get freebies every month, and it's not even worth printing them. They have no worth whatsoever. I said, if we're going to talk about big finish, we need to talk about the good and the bad, and I think there's plenty of good, but there's also plenty of bad. I think I did start the first episode saying about the Sirens of Time, oh, it's absolutely ghastly, and Mark goes to me, we cannot start with it's absolutely ghastly, and I said, no, we said we'd be honest, and we went from there. So I don't know if we've made many fans in Big Finish Towers, although some people absolutely.
Because you are scathing at times. I mean, you lacerated the whole of Once and Future, and because I'd gone into it, and I was really.
Did you listen to it?
I did, and I was really hoping for another sort of, because Destiny of the Doctors, I really enjoyed. I mean, it was the thinnest connection between them, but it never pretended to be anything other than that. Whereas Once and Future, that comes out and you think there's 8 parts, all the Doctors are involved, anniversary, ostensibly more of a celebration than what we're getting on television. And then it comes out and it was just an 8-hour trailer. And it was
literally an £80 trailer for other Big Finish ranges, just mushing together all of these ranges and without any rhyme or reason, smarts or wit. It was unendurable, frankly. So we are, scathingly honest. But actually, you're right. We've interviewed quite a few people from Big Finish Towers, Simon Curie, Lisa Bauman, people like that. We love Big Finish. Like, we might say terrible things sometimes, but we absolutely love it. We love audio drama as well. And we both came to that independently before we even met each other. And one of the things that connected us together when we met was that we both loved this insane library of audio drama. So, it's just the two of us basically listening to them. I do a little spiel on my old reviews website, Docoho Reviews. Mark does a bit about chronology because he's one of those weird fans that has to fit everything into a big picture. I don't get it at all.
I'm not going to criticise because I am that fan.
Oh, fair enough. You must love that bit.
I do. The one thing that you started doing and you've stopped doing, though, is you started counting the appearances. And you did that for about 2 or 3 episodes, and then I think you probably realised that Nick Briggs has got 4,000 appearances. He's way ahead of Helen Goldwyn.
Okay, it weren't me doing that, all right? I've got a fucking life, okay? I'm off wanking in the corner whilst he's counting up all the actors that have been in every single Big Finish story.
Yeah, I think as we went into all these other ranges, there were so many actors. Basically, the episode would just be that. That's what he'd have the time to do. Because he's got 2 other podcasts that he does as well, and obviously I've got 3 other that I do. But it's certainly the easiest to do, I think. And because I hope we have a natural chemistry.
Oh, you do completely, yeah. I mean, I know you're partners, but you come across as really, really good mates as well. The chemistry is definitely
I can't fucking stand him, so that's good acting.
You see, you've papered over that crack well.
Oh, but thank you for saying nice things. That's found its audience as well. I did wonder with that. We call them our Big Finish hoes now. And every time we do a main range one, we ask for opinions. And then it's the best thing in the world. He reads out all the opinions. And then I just give savage comments on their comments. So You ask people for input and then you just insult them. It's wonderful.
Oh, we've only ever had one genuinely bad bit of feedback. It was do you remember that one? It was some guy wrote us an email saying that...
Oh, said I never challenged you.
You never challenged me. Are we listening to the same podcast here? Because Simon just bollocked me.
You saying someone sent you an email saying that
Simon
never contacts...
The white middle-aged man says whatever he likes and the hectoring doctor just lets him get away with it. I'm like, what sort of...
know it verbatim, do you?
What podcast are we listening to here? Because that's a load of bollocks. It's nothing like...
Can you believe this, right? I had a review that said that my podcast was toxic and unwelcoming. I'm like, I've had every fucking person in fandom on my podcast. What are you talking about? But you know what? You can't please everybody. And frankly, go and listen to something else. Yeah.
That's pretty much what we said to the seller.
Yes. It's largely because it's lovely. It's always lovely when we release a podcast and within a day you've got God knows how many listeners. We've always decided, there was two things that we decided on when we first started. It wasn't going to be another Doctor Who podcast because there's enough of those out there. But primarily we were going to do it for fun and for ourselves. And I think once podcasts start going down the route of we're doing it purely to see how many listens we get, you can tell that tipping point comes.
Oh, I can identify several right now. Going down that approach, get as many prestige guests on as possible. And, I prefer a podcast like yours where it is just bloody good content, smart content,
There's a kind of verbal review that I had about the Exton Moss experiment that I haven't actually told you about yet, Ken, because I know people who listen to our podcast, and a friend of mine has said that it is his favourite podcast to listen to while he's douching.
Oh, it wasn't me, was it?
It wasn't, but thank you for sharing.
Oh, that's great. No, I usually take the pair of you in the bath, so I'm sort of lathering myself up while I'm listening to the pair of you.
Oh, well, I take you and Mark in while I'm shaving, so I'm usually...
Oh, there we go.
Yes, I listen to you stark naked and covered in foam. So.
It's no wonder I get odd messages sometimes, the lines are blurred a little bit. Oh, dear.
Well, Joe, I'm conscious of the time, old boy, and I will let you get back to Mark, so thanks for tonight.
Oh, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me. And my God, if you want to cover another show I've never touched before, please let's do it, because I mean it. I genuinely really enjoy doing this.
So do you want me to recommend you a TV show that we can cover as...
yeah, go on.
Right.
The Corridor People.
Ken won't allow me to do another episode on Corridor People.
Star Maidens.
We've already done Star Maiden. We could redo Star Maidens.
We could redo Star Maidens. It could be tacked on because I think it's going to be a short episode, that one.
You would probably really enjoy Star Maidens.
It's Blake Seven meets Space ABBA.
Oh,
via The Worm That Turned.
Blissful. You guys have done Time Slip, haven't you?
We've done the first one.
We've done the first one.
Yeah. I've always wanted to watch that.
Well worth your time.
The Lotus Eaters. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Do you know Michael J. Bird? He did a load of stuff in the 70s about drama set with a slightly supernaturally element to it, set on Greek islands. So there was the Aphrodite Inheritance and the Dark Side of the Sun. He then went on and did one in Norway called Maelstrom. His earliest thing was set on Cyprus, and it's a series of linked plays, each one focusing on the regular characters who basically spend their time in an expat's bar in Cyprus. It is superb. It is absolutely superb.
Great. Oh my God, is it Wanda Ventum?
It is Wanda Ventum and Ian
I'm
Hendry
sold.
and Amelia Ducar.
Oh, she's not. I love her.
It's her having this massive psychotic breakdown. It is so well done. It's so entertaining. Why don't we do the Lotus Eaters?
Let's do it.
It's an absolute joy.
Right, I shall order it tomorrow.
Well, Joe, it's been absolutely lovely talking to you. Thank you for coming to record with us for a couple of episodes, as always. It's hard to screw you down, I'll give you that, but it's bloody worth it when we get you in bed.
It's not,
Oh, it is. Thank you so much, Macy, and thank you for your content.
Wonderful talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
Please come back and have a think about what you'd like to talk about.
I'll start preparing a list right now.
Bye now.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
The Exton Moss experiment featured Simon Exton and Ken Moss. All featured soundtracks are the property of their respective producers, and no infringement of copyright is intended. Title music was performed by the BBC Symphony Orchestra, and the programme was produced by Maverick Productions. For more information, please visit maverickproductionsuk.blogspot.com or find us on social media.